2.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our second live airing of the HC Network. I'm your very distinguished host, Gunnar Brodowski.
And I'm Lawrence, and we are live bringing you the latest school announcements.
On March 10th, the broadcasting class conducted its first news broadcast live on the HC YouTube channel. Our teacher, Miss India, has always told us that nervousness and excitement give you the same feeling. So we didn't even entertain the word nervousness. We told ourselves that we're simply excited. Well, for the most part, anyway, I guess. Not me. I was nervous the entire time.
We recently have gone on a few field trips. On March 15th, HCA went on a field trip to the State House and Governor's Mansion for Homecoming Day. A big shout out goes to Miss Heather McDonald and Miss Jen Trask, who are the hosts of this field trip and ensured all the kids had a good time.
Students had an opportunity to meet the state senators and representatives, observe the current general session and legislative process in action, and hear from keynote speaker Zan Tyler.
The students went on the State House tour as well as a tour of the Governor's Mansion. It was a great opportunity to learn all about local civics.
The broadcasting students went on a class field trip to the SV TV studio, where we toured the building, observed how things work behind the scenes, and made a short broadcast. About this trip, HCU director and founder Miss India Horton stated, and I quote, "I think we had a great time. We miss Campbell. I am ecstatic that the kids had an opportunity to write their own scripts and broadcast. I feel strongly that internship opportunities are on the horizon." A bit garbled, but...
Now, over to Jackson and Grace for random bits and pieces of assorted gibberish and babble.
Gibberish.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Jackson Wright.
And I'm Grace Fieser, and today me and my partner Jackson will be bringing you a variety of interesting stuff, including birthdays, today's weather, sports, and entertainment, and way too many bad jokes.
Wow, Grace, that's a lot to cover.
It sure is, Jackson. Let's get started, shall we? First, let's quickly give a big round of applause to the HCU students who have had birthdays in the month of April. We at the HCU Network give you all a big happy birthday.
Hey, Grace, want to hear your first bad birthday joke of the day?
Yes, I have been waiting for this.
All right, what type of music is scary for balloons?
I don't actually know, Jackson.
Pop music. Get it?
Wow. Jackson, that's a really good one. My turn. You ready?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay, here we go. Who is the greatest female financier in the Bible?
I do not know.
Pharaoh's daughter. She went down to the bank of the Nile and drew out a little profit.
Okay, that was a good one. Now let's take a break from jokes and get to today's weather. Today, you can expect cloudy skies all day with windy conditions expected to arrive around 12 p.m.
Scattered thunderstorms are possible to roll in and out throughout the day, so make sure to stay sheltered.
Today, there will be a high of 74 degrees and a low of 58 degrees with a damp humidity of 71%.
The wind factor today is 9 miles per hour, and there is a precipitation of 80%.
A light coat, pants, and umbrella will see you through the day today.
Hey Jackson, fun fact. Did you know you can tell the temperature by counting a cricket's chirps?
I know, I did not know that. That is very fascinating.
I think that it is very cool how God created everything to be intertwined so we can communicate with everything in at least one kind of way.
Yes, it sure is. God has given everything in nature its own purpose and its special abilities to correspond in this big world He has created.
And we are still learning about this amazing planet and the wonderful things God created for us. Are you ready for the next bad joke?
Oh boy, go for it.
What did the custodian say when he jumped out of the closet?
I do not know.
Supplies.
Okay, I gotta admit, that's a good one.
I know.
And now for some sports news around the world.
In the NFL, Aaron Rodgers announces he intends to play for the New York Jets as he tells the Pat McAfee show.
Aaron Rodgers has won one Super Bowl and is a 4-time MVP of Green Bay. It would be a shame for him to leave.
Yes, it would be, Jackson. Also, we've had some big moves in free agency this year. Starting in Detroit, the Lions had previously signed Eagles cornerback Gardner Johnson. He led the NFL in interceptions in 2022.
You've also had the Ravens sign wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr., the Bengals signed tackle Orlando Brown Jr. from Kansas City, and the Raiders signed quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo from San Francisco.
And with the draft just 2 weeks away, who knows what else will be happening in the NFL?
That's right. In baseball, the MLB has began again, and we're looking up to a great season. In Tampa, the Rays have started their season undefeated with a 13-0 record. They become the fourth team in MLB history to do so.
And in my favorite news, NHL news, history is Bruin in Boston. All this week, the Boston Bruins broke the NHL regular season wins record with 64 wins, passing the 2018 to 2019 Lightning and the 1995 to 96 Red Wings, and also broke the NHL regular season points record with 133 goals this season, passing the 1976 to 77 Canadiens.
What an outstanding year for the Bruins. Tonight, the NHL regular season. We'll scroll up. Season wraps up as we now prepare for the playoffs. It's too bad my Red Wings won't be in action this year, as usual.
That's too bad, Jackson. Maybe next year.
For the golf fans, definitely not me. John Ram won this year's Masters by 2 strokes to celebrate his first green jacket.
Ram became the first Spaniard to win the Masters, and his win caps his second major tournament win in his golfing career. I know me and my family definitely enjoyed watching this weekend.
In the NBA, tonight are the final playing games, with the Heat hosting the Bulls and the Timberwolves hosting the Thunder. The winner of the Heat-Bulls matchup will take on the East number 1 seed Bucks in the first round of the playoffs, and the winner of the Timberwolves-Thunder clash will take on the West number 1 seed Nuggets in the first round.
Oh, and speaking of basketball, congratulations to UConn for winning this NCAA men's basketball tournament. The Huskies had 12-1 odds to win the tournament this year. They defeated the San Diego State Aztecs in the final to reign victorious as this year's national champions.
Let me just state for the record that my bracket this year was completely wrong. Who would have thought you would have Florida Atlantic in the Final Four? It wasn't even the 1 seed who made the Final Four this year.
I know, right? What a bizarre turn of events. Especially for this year's men's tournament. Congratulations to the Huskies.
On the women's side of things, congratulations to LSU for winning this year's women's basketball tournament. The Tigers finished with only 2 losses this season as they defeated Iowa and the dangerous Caitlin Clark in the final. Honestly, I thought for sure South Carolina was going to control things with 36-0 record before going down in the Final Four.
Well, I'm afraid that this is it for today's sports news, but do not fear. We will have so much to look forward to for the rest of the month in sports news.
And now for a very important announcement. If you haven't heard the big news, well, I'm here to tell you that HDU is starting a brand new option, number 3 South Carolina Accountability Group.
That's right. HCU is becoming a one-stop shop for all of your homeschooling needs. The association launches on Friday, April 28th.
Now back to Autumn and Conan as they close out today's broadcasting.
Thanks, Jackson. And now for our monthly prayer requests. There are no prayer requests at this time. A big thank you goes to our co-host Campbell Brown and news director Jackson Wright for taking the time to collect these special non-existent prayers. Up and coming for the month of April, Autumn Lawrence will be in charge of collecting prayers during recess and lunchtime. So if there ever is a time you need an additional prayer, please see Autumn and she'll ensure she adds your prayer request to our next news broadcast.
And now a little bit of entertainment news. Avatar 4 is coming out in 2026, Avengers The Kang Dynasty in 2025, as well as Avengers Secret Wars in 2026, Captain America New World Order in 2024, Thunderbolts in 2024, The Boogeyman in 2023, and Sonic 3 in 2024. How exciting is that? I don't know about you, but I'm excited for those movies.
Okay, Autumn, sure, whatever you say. I personally don't know what any of those are, but that's good for those of you who do, I guess.
Abruptly changing the subject to more important news. Another train from Norfolk Southern crashed near Springfield, Ohio last month. Although no toxic chemicals were spilled, this is the second time a train run by this rail company has crashed in less than a month. This should be a red flag. State officials should inspect the tracks to see if there has been any damage caused to them.
Personally, I think that it's within the realm of possibility that this train was derailed so that Norfolk Southern could collect the insurance money from it. The company gave $3.3 million to residents of East Palestine, Ohio after the first derailment, while the train's insurance policy was worth over $1 billion. Also, Robert F. Kennedy has announced that he is considering running in next year's presidential elections. Yes, this is that Robert F. Kennedy, nephew of John F. Kennedy, our most open-minded president. I'll see myself out.
For the unfamiliar, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s political views remain largely focused on environmental and public health issues. He has been an outspoken critic of industrial agriculture, particularly regarding to the use of pesticides and genetically modified organisms, which is GMOs, and has been an advocate for sustainable and organic farming practices. Kennedy has also been vocal in his opposition to the use of fossil fuels and has called for a transition to renewable energy sources.
And one more thing that bodes ill for the future. Europe's banking stocks have declined recently, a sign that investors are nervous in the wake of the Silicon Valley bank crash, fearing that it could spread to the wider sector. According to CNN, Europe's Stocks Europe 600 Banks Index, which checks 42 big EU and UK banks, fell 5% by the middle of the European day. Who wrote the script? I wrote the script. The index is down 19% from its high in late February. London's bank-heavy FTSE 100 index dropped 2%. Shares in Germany's Deutsche Bank, DB, plunged 14%, while shares in UBS, ACPTX, and Credit Suisse, I guess that's a Swiss bank, AMJL, which are not part of the Stocks Europe 600 Bank Index, slayed 6.7% and 7% respectively. A few weeks ago, following falls of 4.3% and 3.6% on Thursday.
The U.S. government is considering banning TikTok due to worries over its ties to China. One regulatory expert said that recent events leave the U.S. no choice. TikTok has been under security review by the CFIUS since 2019. They threatened to ban TikTok unless the app's Chinese parent company divests its stakes in the U.S. due to worries that the Chinese government has access to users' information. TikTok collects a wide range of data on its users, including location data, device information, browsing history, and other user behavior data. This data can be used to create detailed profiles of users and to target them with personalized advertising. In addition, TikTok's algorithm can recommend content to users based on their browsing history and engagement with the app. While TikTok has denied any wrongdoing, there have been concerns that the Chinese government could use this data to conduct espionage, I knew that, surveillance, and other nefarious activities. Some countries, including India and the United States, have banned TikTok over concerns about national security. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said that he supports legislation that would effectively ban TikTok. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said TikTok should be ended one way or another. And the Treasury Department issued a statement vowing to safeguard national security without mentioning TikTok by its name.
And it's about bloody time for that, if I do say so myself. Oh, before I forget, if any of you folks are using artificial tears lubricant eye drops, then you should probably discontinue them. As was reported by CNN, as of March 21st, the CDC has identified 68 people in 16 states with infections of a rare strain of drug-resistant Pseudomonas aeruginosa, never before reported in the United States. Most of the patients reported using artificial tears, the CDC said, and Ezicare artificial tears was the brand most commonly reported.
Environmental news. A study from the Norway University of Science and Technology says that moose are a leading contributor to climate change due to the plants they eat, which store carbon dioxide in their leaves and roots. So when the moose eat them, there's more carbon dioxide in the environment. Well,
There's not much that can be done about that without killing off all the moose. A company called Clear Channel is making bus stops, roofs, shelters for butterflies and bees by putting native flowers on top of bus stops to attract pollinators and help England's decreasing bee population. And now for a little bit of journalism news. We conducted our first official, or they did anyway, I was sick. Our first official interview on Friday, March 31st, right here at Co-op from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
That's right. We conducted our service interview where we have a conversation with a member of the community that serves for a living. We figured what better way to begin our search of finding the right candidates was to search in our own backyard.
They interviewed the senior pastor, Mr. Ray Washington, and family pastor, Rob Townsend. These two individuals play a major role in the existence of HCU Co-op by simply allowing us to utilize their space, for which we will forever be grateful.
Journalism and broadcasting students create a lot of well-balanced and difficult questions.
Yes, that's correct. Now, some of those questions were kind of tough or potentially controversial. Questions such as, how do you feel about the anti-Christian, anti-Western curriculum that's being taught in our schools?
As well as, if you could go back in time and have one conversation with your younger self, what would you say?
Your discretion is advised. This interview was aired live on Friday, March 31st in the HCU Parent Lounges. If you were unable to tune in live, then you may catch the replay at Homeschool Collaborators United YouTube channel. Be sure you're subscribed.
On April 26th is the Flower Power Field Trip, where the kids make their own tasty treats. The Blue and Green kids will make flower pot ice cream, which is made of water in cans or pots, layer cake, and ice cream with silk flowers topped up with sprinkles. In addition, they will make a couple of savory options to go along with the ice cream. The Orange kids will do the Mystery Basket Challenge, where the kids will be in 2 teams and have 2 baskets of ingredients. Each team works together to create 2 recipes from the items in the baskets. Thank you, Miss Kim Willis, for planning this field trip. On April 28th, we have Pizza Parade. And on May 3rd, we have Splash Pad and Garden Side at the zoo. Thanks to Miss Joy Wright. And on May 5th, we have graduation, where graduation certificates will be presented, see any of your performances and displays, have a potluck dinner, and a dance party. Friendly reminder that the U.S. attendance policy states that students have to be present 75% of class to receive their certificates. That is 9 out of 12 classes. In the event you have missed more than 3 classes for any reason, please still attend the graduation party. HCU has gone to great lengths to secure the venue, and we don't want any students to miss out on the dance, food, and festivities. Mr. Tim will be our DJ, so be sure to be stylish, and I mean stylish, and get ready to walk down the red carpet and party.
Oh, that sounds kind of scary. In closing, please ensure that all students continue
Ignore him.
to bring their water bottles and backpacks every week to co-op. And by edict of Ms. Megan, Pokemon trading was banned except during lunch period. My brothers and I will gladly enforce this rule with sharp sticks. And parents, please make sure that you're checking lost and found every week. We are keeping quite a backlog.
Yes, that's right. Also, please ensure that you are checking the ban notice section periodically throughout the week for important information.
And for all you kids in school, don't forget to stay behind cover and move only during Emmy alerts. Once again, I'm Ken Borowski.
And I'm Autumn Lawrence,
Signing
signing off. All right, whoop whoop.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye. Campbell.